Principle 1. An ounce of practice is worth a ton of theory. There are countless commentaries and research papers, some very good, some superficial, on the reasons for the failure of the system. The primary aim of my book is not intended to add to them. Rather, its goal is to prompt discussion and action about a new vision to offer a more hopeful solution. To understand anything about community development in general, you must first have experienced it long-term in micro detail in at least one real local community. That way, you're guaranteed to have a much more profound contribution to bring to the boardroom or the cabinet room table as a result of having first sat and listened to a wide and diverse collection of front rooms and sat at kitchen tables in family homes. An example from the world of education. Recently, a government minister suggested that parents who fail to ensure their children attend school regularly could have their child benefit payments stopped. He argued that because it's often the case that absenteeism leads to involvement in antisocial behaviour, and because we need to get back to an absolutely rigorous focus on school attendance, such penalties would help restore what he called an ethic of responsibility. But it reminded me of a story of Sammy, a 13-year-old who would often fail to attend school, and even when she did, would arrive late or turn up wearing an incorrect uniform and then prove to be distracted and inattentive in class. Sammy was constantly given detentions, but these made her angry and uncooperative and led to more detentions and very poor relationships with school staff. But then a new and a highly experienced head teacher arrived at the school, and being told of Sammy's track record, he made a decision. The new head invited Sammy to spend break time with him. As the two of them sat and talked, he discovered that almost 2 years before, Sammy's mother, a single parent following the death of her husband, had suffered a breakdown in her mental health, but that she was unable to get the professional support that she needed to cope. Instead, her mother shouldered the responsibility of helping her with Sammy and 2 younger siblings. But now the grandmother was also long-term ill and unable to give any help or support in the mornings. So instead, each school day, Sammy would get her 2 younger siblings up, get them showered and dressed, make them breakfast, prepare a packed lunch for them, and then walk them to their primary school, all before coming on to her school herself. However, sometimes Sammy was so worried about her mum that she'd feel she had to go home instead to get her mum up and to look after her. Armed with this new understanding, the school, Sammy's school, changed its approach. The detentions were stopped. Instead, Sammy was given personalised support with her learning. The head teacher also taught with social services and adult mental health. Sammy's mum began to receive the care that she'd long needed. That summer, Sammy was awarded the school prize for resilience. The results? A few years later, Sammy is now at university and her mum is doing much better and is back in full-time employment. You see, an ounce of practice is worth a ton of theory.